You know what the difference is between Planned Parenthood and a neocon? A neocon doesn't want your baby to die until he's 18 years old and able to say yes sir just before. Good evening everybody, Hell's Unicorn here once again, and I decided to preface this with a nice little joke that I sort of came up with there in order to draw attention to something that I've actually been long suspectful of for a good deal of time, and now basically I've received the last possible confirmation of, and that is that Senator Marco Rubio was never what he put himself off as being. He is not Tea Party, nor conservative, nor in any way, shape, or form anti-establishment. And the fact that the MSM was kind of pushing him as such should have been giving everybody red flags beforehand. But just in case those of you are a little bit unsure of what brought on this particular topic, I have in the description a link to a just over half-hour speech given by Marco Rubio talking about the dangers, among other things, of the non-interventionist trend in the Republican Party. That's code for the problem with the youth movement, and particularly the Ron Paul youth movement within the Republican Party. He has basically called out Ron Paul, Rand Paul, Mike Lee, and anyone else who questions the logic of undeclared endless wars, and has made it clear that he is not among them. I'm going to read just one short little paragraph from the written version of this speech for all of your consideration. And I quote, "I always start by reminding people that what happens all over the world is our business. Every aspect of our lives is directly impacted by global events. The security of our cities is connected to the security of small hamlets in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia. Our cost of living, the safety of our food, and the value of the things we invent, make, and sell are just a few examples of everyday aspects of our lives that are directly related to events abroad and make it possible for us to focus only on our issues here at home." And that is the end of the quote. Where does that end? I just want to ask all of you that right there, right now. Where does that end? He basically just qualified a need for a global police state with this one singular paragraph. I have news for you, Mr. Marco Rubio. If some village chieftain down in Waziristan dies tomorrow, it makes no difference to me whatsoever. At least not simply because it happened. It might make a difference because you, Mr. Rubio, might decide to do something in conjunction with that does directly affect my life, because you are a lot closer to home and you have a good deal of power over whether or not my, as of yet, unborn children live or die years down the road. Michael Dougherty put out a little article that I'm also going to link to down at the bottom, and I'm just going to read a little bit of his reaction to this also because he puts it quite eloquently. "This is a prescription for endless war. It is also patently untrue. Not even the Soviets could bring peace to all the hamlets of Afghanistan, and we haven't been able to do it either, despite being vastly more sophisticated, wealthier, and spending much longer in that nation. If our security depends on the safety of villages in Pakistan, a basket case nation in Asia that has received an enormous amount of American aid and protection since World War II, we can never consider ourselves safe." Michael Dougherty, that is exactly the point. Marco Rubio doesn't want anybody feeling safe. Neither does the people that he tends to take after, such as John McCain and Lindsey Graham. He wants everybody to be scared out of their minds, so they won't question the taxman when he comes to collect the money, and he won't question the recruiters when they come to take their sons and soon eventually also their daughters. I'm going to have to come up with a nickname for Marco Rubio that truly fits his nature based on this speech and based on my own suspicions of him even before this speech. And I take my inspiration from the fairy tale character Rumpelstiltskin. This is a character that was known amongst many as being one who would bargain with people in order to take their children. I think there is a very good case that what is going on here is very, very comparable. So from now on I will simply refer to him as being Marco-stiltskin. Now, what I have to say to all the rest of you, my subscribers, is if you want to do something about this, there's a number of things you can do. But for starters, why not go over to Marco Rubio's channel and just let him know how you feel about this. Till next time, with prudence to myself and benevolence to all of you, good evening.